Good afternoon, Sergeant Jenkins, Sergeant Perez Lopez, and Group 10. My name is Specialist Rodriguez, and this is my class on performing voice communications. For reference, before beginning, I'd like to show my outline is on my laptop. I don't have a printer available. My radio to demonstrate. My 5x8 instructional card. DD 2977 risk assessment, and sign-in roster. Let's begin. Soldiers, please note the sign-in roster on the table. All soldiers are required to sign this roster, otherwise they'll have to retake training, even if they have been evaluated. Print your name, and after you have been evaluated, then come back and sign the roster. Our task today is to perform voice communications in accordance with STP 21-1-SMCT, task number 113-157-1022. Soldiers, you are a member of a team in a field environment directed to perform voice communications to relay important information. Would you know how to properly enter and leave the net? Would you be able to close the net? The task: perform voice communications. Conditions given: one operational radio set for each net member, warmed up and set to the net frequency. A 5x8 call sign information card consisting of net member duty position, such as S1, S2, net call sign number, letter, and suffix list. Net control station or November Charlie Sierra -46 or S1-39 or S2-13, and a message to be transmitted. Situation: the net is considered to be secure and authentication is not required. Note, this task may have as many net members as there is equipment available. Each net member must have a different suffix and message to transmit. Standards: perform voice communications by entering and leaving the net in alphanumeric sequence and use of correct pro words, phonetic alphabet, and numerals that result in successful communication of the message. Risk assessment: the overall risk assessment for today is low. However, we will review some points on the DD 2977 delivered risk assessment worksheet. Slips, trips, and falls. We are in an indoor environment. Be aware of any power cords or objects that you may trip on. In case of an active shooter, run, hide, and fight if it comes to it. In case of a tornado, we will move to the latrine as it is the most protected room in the building. This classroom is a reduce, reuse, and recycle environment, so please dispose of any trash accordingly. Security concerns: we are in a secure environment, however, the walls are thin. Be mindful of how loud you speak. Evaluations: immediately following training, you will be evaluated on an individual basis. In order to receive an overall go for this task, you must receive a go on each performance step evaluated. You will be evaluated one at a time in this room. The basic skills needed to perform voice communications are as follows: how to operate a radio set, how to pronounce letters and numbers phonetically, as well as use the proper pro words. For reference, see page 3-276 to 3-279 of STP 21-1-SMCT. At this time, I will demonstrate at full speed, and then we will go through the performance steps one by one, with an example in between. Alpha 72, this is Foxtrot 21, over. Alpha 72, this is Foxtrot 21, prepare to copy priority message, over. Alpha 72, gun 602 is low on nitrogen. Request contact team. Location, Tango Alpha 2-1 Fowler. How copy? Over. Alpha 72, Roger, out. Demonstration is complete. Now I will provide step-by-step instructions. Step 1. Determine the abbreviated call sign and answering sequence for your duty position. You will find this on the cards. Respond to the NCS issuing a net call. Answer in alphanumeric sequence. Step 1 would be Alpha 72, this is Foxtrot 2-1, over. Note, at this time, the NCS acknowledges and the net is open. 2. Send a message. Listen to make sure the net is clear. Do not interrupt any ongoing communications. Call the NCS and tell the operator the priority of the message you have for his or her station. This would be Alpha 72, this is Foxtrot 2-1. Prepare to copy priority message, over. Receive a response from the NCS that he or she is ready to receive. Send your message using the correct pro words and pronunciation of letters and numbers. This would be Alpha 72, gun 602 is low on nitrogen. Request contact team. Location, Tango Alpha 2-1 Fowler. How copy? Over. Get a receipt for the message. Step 3. Leave the net in alphanumeric sequence. Note, the NCS acknowledges and the net is closed. Answer in alphanumeric sequence. This would be Alpha 72, Roger, out. You receive a call from the NCS who issues a closed down order. At this time, I will now give you time to practice. As you practice, I'll walk around to ensure you are performing this task to standard, answer any questions, and make on-the-spot corrections. I'll also be ensuring that my safety control measures are being implemented and that safety procedures are being followed. Practice complete. Evaluation preparations. I have set up 2 operational radio sets, one here and one in another room approximately 70 feet away for the NCS. I've provided all call signs, suffixes, and radio frequencies obtained from the chain of command and a 15-word message to be sent. All of this information is located on the index cards provided to the soldiers. I have already performed a communications check to ensure operation of the radios. I have a radio proficient assistant manning the NCS radio station, ready with all call signs. Soldiers, here is your index card containing the messages and call signs. Your radio is ready for operation and the net is considered to be secure, and authentication is not required. You are to send a message and receive a receipt from the NCS. If sufficient progress in completing the task within 5 minutes has not been demonstrated, you'll receive a no-go for the task. If a performance measure is passed, I will mark go on your performance sheet. If any performance measure is failed, I will mark no-go. I will explain what you did wrong and how to do it correctly. If you receive a no-go, you will report to this same training location tomorrow no later than 1300 to retrain this information for a second evaluation. You have until that evaluation time to ask any questions and get help. We will now begin evaluations. Evaluation is complete, and those who received no-goes have been given the proper instruction on when and where retraining will take place. Now I will conduct an after-action report. What we were supposed to do was have a class on performing voice communications, and then evaluate your performance. Did that happen? What went right? What went wrong? How can training be improved? Were my control measures effective? I will now mark on my DD Form 2977, Block 14, that all of my controls were effective. Soldiers, please sign the attendance roster and perform a quick police call of the area. Soldiers, you are now complete with this training block and are released. At this time, I will contact headquarters and let them know this training site is now closed. Thank you for participating.